I am Great Mother, Holy Spirit, Yin, Divine Mother, Cosmic Womb, Deep Space, the Moon, Dark Matter, the Void, the Black Hole, Atar,
Lakota warriors do not enter the village upon their return from war until they have been reintroduced to the Great Spirit that is at one with all again. Until the warring spirit is ceremoniously acknowledged for its service, offered gratitude for it in a time of need, and then released, it will remain with the soul of the man and inflict warfare in his spirit. Thus, an internal cause with external effects. Trauma does not ensue haphazardly. These great shamans knew that there are three conditions that must exist in order for trauma to materialize under any circumstances: mental illness, improper diet and or unhealthy environment, or a basic breakdown of ego-soul communication. External war is merely a reflection of internal battles. Therefore, in order to heal trauma, it is necessary to activate conscious awareness of this internal battle. Once activated, in order to heal it, one must take one's power back from the battle. We must cease fighting and allow ourselves to be whole again. This total lunar eclipse, blood wolf moon, is an invitation to accept the energetic support to purge the toxicity of the traumas that keep us from integrating our full selves, our healed selves, our divine selves, or an opportunity to receive the support you need to do the spiritual work of revisiting and redressing the trauma, to release it. This reading is for those of us who have experienced mama drama trauma. And like the warrior returning from war, we have acknowledged that we experience a condition in which the mother projects unhealed aspects of herself onto her child, causing emotional and or physical trauma. That she, as a result of her own MDT, is unable, unwilling, and or unavailable to heal herself. Therefore, we take on the challenge to heal ourselves, to break the cycle by activating our own healing through a process of loving detachment, learning to accept what is with love, the mother that we have, so that we can release the one that we want. Thus aligning our ego and our soul with the contract that we have with the soul that loves us like no other, the bond that is none other, established in a karmic contract to evolve us in self-love and spiritual independence through the experience of mama drama trauma that causes us to have an improper emotional and material diet, an unhealthy environment that brings about the mental illness and internal battle that we consistently and persistently seek that home, seek that house, seek to fill that ever deepening void in our lives, the mother. Great Mother is coming through with the Cancer North Node axes to heal this trauma. This final Leo Aquarius, Leo ruled by the sun, great father energy, is reminding us of the law of divinity, which says, and we, healing MDT, agree that we are first and foremost dearly loved divine children of the great Mother, Father, God, who secondly are never judged or condemned. Thirdly, neither left alone. We are always assisted by our angels, guides, and ancestors. And so shall it be as we re-enter the village of civil, integrated life on this planet we call Earth. Enjoy your readings.
Gemini moon sign people, welcome to your total lunar eclipse reading for 2019. I hope you're able to get out, take a look at it. It is promised to be absolutely beautiful. It's in your 9th house. The sun is eclipsing the moon. The sun in Aquarius in the western, Capricorn in the sidereal, and in Leo in the western is the moon in Cancer in the sidereal. Now, your sidereal moon sign is Taurus, which means that you download your intuition in a very Taurian way. It's very slow, it's very methodical, it's very purposeful. There's a gestation period of thoughts before you distill information from your soul as intuitive information. And this therefore holds a lot of energy in your shoulders, and so you kind of carry your world on your shoulders. And so some of you might be experiencing some discomfort in your shoulders if you are not processing that intuition through your physical body. In other words, you're not using it. You know how like a computer back in the old days, or even now, even with the memories that computers have now, PCs, they get overloaded and you have to purge. You have to, reset your system and delete files and manage the memory, in other words. And so that's an issue for you because the sun eclipsing the moon from your 9th house is about that Sagittarian energy from your moon sign, that wisdom that your soul does have. And so it's downloading a lot with the sun eclipsing the moon, a full moon, okay? And that's a lunar eclipse, but this is total in the nakshatra of Uttarasada in Capricorn. This is a powerful energy, Uttarasada. It's a strong willpower. It's very righteous. It's that energy of living in our divinity. It's unchallenged victory as a result. So this message, if nothing else, is making you aware of perhaps how that kind of electromagnetic energy is being held in your body right now and where it needs to go. Because your center card or your significator is what Great Mother is saying, where you are going to be most supported with the transits currently underway. Now, all transits follow the path of the sun and the moon. It's just most apparent during these times of eclipses, usually most active as well during total eclipses, as we see here with the South Node in Capricorn, where Saturn and Pluto and Mercury are at this time. And we can go on and on and on about all the squares that are happening. But with this sun in your 9th house, the inner work Great Mother is suggesting is that you learn to live the law. Gemini moon sign people. And the law is ego soul alignment. The law is living your divinity. There is a video beneath these posts for this total lunar eclipse of divinity identity. I want you to take a look at that. I want you to comment on it. I want you to share it. I want you to meditate on it. I want you to integrate it because you're becoming more heart-centered. This is a gut chakra card. And the gut chakra is ruled by Mars, which is in Aries right now, your 11th house. And so
there's a lot of distractions going on, as we see with Dorothy here in Munchkinland. With the mayor of Munchkinland, she's being awarded for, in essence, killing the wicked witch of the West. When the house landed in Munchkinland on top of her. And so there are a lot of distractions. That's kind of, she was confused. Why were they celebrating and dancing? I killed this witch. What is a witch? What's going on? A lot of distractions from you learning to live the law. And Great Mother saying these energies that are happening right now that are so powerful and energetically loaded in your body are there to assist you with owning your divinity, knowing that you are divine, dearly loved child of the Great Mother, Father God, who's never judged, condemned, or left alone. You're needing to own this right now. Those of you who have, you feel it in your gut. That's what this means for you. And you've already first quarter moon, meaning action, facing the challenge, making a decision to face the challenge. More specifically, you've done that. You've been working with your MDT triggers. You are no longer in denial about your MDT. And she's saying these energies are supporting you to integrate that heart-centeredness in your life at this time by combining that logical mind, emotional mind of Gemini with your intuition. Okay, for those of you. Now, for those of you that this is coming as a surprise, you really, really are being supported. You're being encouraged to do your inner work to get to that point. Okay? In your shadow position is personal power. You may not be too apt to disengage from the distractions because you're not aware that you have the personal power to do so. This sun, if nothing else, in Capricorn in the soul astrology in Uttarasadat should give you that. It is a good karmic energy for working with people. And what you have going on here is Venus conjunct Jupiter in your 7th house. So your personal and professional relationships, of course, are a reflection of your inner world. We talk about the inner world here. And so how you're feeling, how you're thinking about other people is really going to be illuminated during this time. And although it's not the best energy to work with individual partners, because it's ruled by the sun, Uttarasadat, and it's in the sun. And so the sun is about me. Just like we're coming out of Leo North Node, which the world, everybody was about me, my tribe, what I think. And we're moving into this Great Mother energy of the collective, of home, of the mother with Cancer and North Node. This is the last lunar eclipse to ring out that egoic type of orientation, which is not wrong or bad. In fact, it clarifies what type of apparatus we're working with in this physical realm. And so you've gotten some clarification about that. You just haven't embraced the power of it with this Lilith card and the waxing gibbous moon. The waxing gibbous moon is the build up to the full moon, right? It's an editing moon. You're revising who you are. And that's what this last ringing out of the towel is. You're revising who you are as a result of that nodal season, Gemini moon sign people. You are being reincarnated. You are moving from being so much the double emotionally indecisive, duplicitous, and more consciously aware of yourself as the mirror. And Dorothy here is looking at, in the dark side of the moon, the wicked witch of the east, the wicked witch of the west, sister, who's demanding those ruby red shoes that she has just gotten, which symbolizes her power. It symbolizes our power, your birthright to be happy, healthy, and whole. You don't know that you have that. You don't need to be distracted by all these other things with people and what's going on and whatever like that. It starts with you. You are the mirror that creates the reflection. You are the sage in your life that has the propensity to work that energy through your physical body. The moon is in your 3rd house. And so what's being eclipsed is how you're communicating. You might be having some challenges with that right now. What's being eclipsed is your lower will. kicking off here with gut chakra. That's lower will. That's heart below energy. And so that's up in that throat area, shoulder area for Gemini, rather, is needing to come down to really activate the gut chakra from your higher will, not the survival, visceral, egoic response. Okay, so that's in your shadow. You don't know that your power is being taken, that it's being distracted, and that you have the power to decide simply by learning to live the law, which is why Great Mother is wanting and encouraging you to work with these energies to be in alignment. Align your gut chakra with your higher will, because in your ego position is integrity. This is the balsamic moon heart chakra card. The balsamic is the download moon. It's right before the new moon. It is when you do receive your strongest intuitive unctions from that Aries moon, from that Taurus moon. That Taurus moon, that is that when you are getting intuition, perhaps that really touches you. You might feel something in your neck. You might actually hear yourself talking to yourself. That's throat chakra, mouth, nose, ear, nose, throat, doctor. Hear that? Okay. And so speaking, the tongue, you might actually hear yourself talking to yourself. And really that's your intuition. This is integrity. It's the heart chakra. So it's us at that crossroads with the ego and soul, at that alignment. And we see Dorothy here pointing at Professor Marvel on her return home. She's telling him, you were there too. So your ego, Great Mother, when she refers to the ego, she's talking about the story we tell ourselves about who we are this lifetime, who we believe ourselves to be. I am so-and-so from so-and-so, our biography. And so for you, your story is you are aware that people are a reflection of you. You're hip to that. You know that. You know that Professor Marvel in the physical world is Oz in your spiritual world. You know that. This is wonderful. Because what's bringing all this up is Pachamama. You're wanting to leave a bad situation, or you're wanting to go and you're wanting to do, you're wanting to be distracted from all of this awareness. You're wanting to be distracted from this power. And I get it. What is Marianne Williamson, the way Back to Love author, she says, our greatest fear in life is how powerful we are. And that was attributed to her, but I believe someone else actually said it. Was it Mandela? I don't know. But, our greatest fear is how powerful we are. So Pachamama, the Earth Mother card, root chakra, Wayne and Gibbous, is about either you really are needing to leave a bad situation. We are talking about MDT. And so needing to leave home, needing to emotionally detach, needing to actually physically detach. Some people need to do both for a period of time in order to heal their triggers and return in a healthy way if they choose to do so. This relationship, this bond is very strong. Few people are able to healthfully completely detach for a long period of time. Many are. I am one, but it's difficult without guidance and support. Pachamama is saying that there is support all around us in various forms of Great Mother, these gods as such as we are, various forms of her energy, including Pachamama, the ground, the trees, the sea, the fairies. Regrounding yourself is what is needed. That's what's bringing all this up. You are not grounded. And you're trying to ground yourself by these distractions with the exterior, pointing at Professor Marvel, saying, well, you, and when in actuality, it's a little more useful to look inside your own mirror and see, okay, so what does he symbolize? What does he represent in my life? Oh, he represents Great Father energy. And so why is he here and why is he there? As above, so below. It's that kind of eclipse for you. That kind of awareness that's eclipsing this past propensity to be emotionally distracted so that those wires aren't able to connect the way that they need to for you to truly leave a bad situation, for you to truly and ultimately go into a new direction. There may be fits and starts with that. There may be, again, some pain in the shoulder or just a general feeling like you're carrying the weight of the world on them because there has been this ungrounding, this uprootedness that is not really finding its place as a result of a lack of the lower will's alignment with the higher will. I think that point has been made. What's supporting you to do this is Gemini. Surrender, first quarter moon card, heart chakra. The heart chakra rules Taurus and Venus. When we're talking chakras, we're talking Vedic astrology. This energy of your Taurian intuition is supporting the alignment, the heart above alignment with your gut here, Moses, learning to live the law. And it's supporting it by really whispering to you. Great Mother is a still small voice of the Holy Spirit. She's the comforter. She comes at us gentle. If you hear anything other than that, it is not Great Mother. If it is not gentle, if it is not loving, it is not Great Mother. Now, Great Mother, again, has many variant energies. And we've seen some cards that come up in here that's like, okay, we are variant energies. We have the Birth Mother card in this deck. Our birth mothers are goddesses. They're energies of Great Mother. So Gemini is the Nigerian goddess of the ocean, of the water, and the waters within us are the emotional waters. And what's supporting you is just to let them go. Let that tensity of emotion go and allow it to just kind of wash over you. There's not a lot of water energy here per se, other than the moon is in Cancer. And so that's Great Mother energy coming through very strongly. And it's in the nakshatra of Pusha, which is very nourishing, very caring, giving, protective. Now, it's being eclipsed by the sun, but that just makes it that much more of an energy to look at what is most productively released at this time as it relates to how you feel. Let it go if it's not productive, if it's not in your integrity. Your ego is hip to all of this consciousness stuff. Let all that other stuff go. You don't need to hold on to it to have your informational file, Gemini moon sign people. I know you like to have, catalogs and catalogs of things, which makes you very wise, which makes you very resourceful with regard to many, many things. You can talk to people about anything. But with regard to this right here, with healing mama drama trauma, there's a lot you need to let go. And Great Mother's saying you need to let this energy assist you with that, because the status of your ego soul alignment is the energy of the god Akhenaten. Now, he was actually a physical person in the world that still has possessions and physical remains in Egypt. He was the first ruler of the world to implement the worship of the one God. And although everyone's dharma is not as impactful on the planet as that, yours at this particular time has to do with a rebirth and a regeneration with Saturn, Pluto, and Mercury in your South Node. This is completely a release of the old way that you used to diligently do your emotional work. Again, the filing system, the remembering this and the remembering that. With MDT, so much of the work is healing conditioning that it's about release. And that's what this moon is. This is third quarter moon. It's the let go moon. It is the forgiveness moon. With regard to this, there's so much you really want to let go of. We're not about holding grudges and all that kind of stuff, even though that's really not your thing either. There may be, with the law of mystery and divine order, other ways in which you're not fully embracing the journey, which is not something that your catalog of wisdom is going to be able to handle. You know this already. Great Mother's coming through with a message to confirm it for you. Those of you who don't, Great Mother's coming through to clarify for you what may be the cause of those shoulder issues that you're having. Why the soul wants to do this journey? Why does the soul want to engage in the inner work of learning to live the law and aligning with you at this time? It wants to be reborn. That's the Osiris Horus card. This is another waxing gibbous moon card. It's higher energy, throat chakra. This is when Dorothy douses the witch with the water. Again, water, emotion. Great Mother's giving you this watery emotion, this opportunity to be more flexible with regard to where you are in your life and how you want to move forward. You have an opportunity with that integrity and personal power to make conscious decisions now in how you move forward and not just flinting to and forth and back and whatnot. There's no need for that. You can stop and stand still and look at things in real time. The moniker of Gemini is I think, but the wisdom of the soul sign of Taurus is I have. And you already have the wisdom that you need. The throat rules Taurus energy. And we have here this rebirth. And so we can die a physical death and contribute yet another skull in the ground for our soul in this lifetime, ending this lifetime and being reborn in another. Or we can keep the same skull and be regenerated through releasing the life of Mama Drama Trauma to be reborn in divinity identity and continue on. Again, Gemini moon sign people, you have a greater grasp on how to hold opposing energies at once better than anyone else. It's just that how you download intuition is a very slow, methodical process from that Taurus, and the ingestion of information has to be purposeful, but it's time for you to process it, and the energies of this lunar eclipse are helping you do that quite rapidly, because how you're doing this is not on your own. We have all of this wonderful, beautiful cosmic calculus operating on your behalf, in addition to the angels in the position of how your soul wants to do this work. Your soul fully wants to allow the assistance of your angels, guides, and ancestors to guide you through it, through the whole beginning, middle, and end of living in loving detachment, accepting what is with love, not justifying the abandonment and abuse anymore of your mother or anybody else, a coworker, a boss, a client, a partner, a contractual situation, not justifying, not MDT at all. Not continuing with a fantasy that, it's going to be okay here, it's going to be okay there. Most of you are not at that place anymore. I'm just speaking to people that this might be new to. Most of you that have been with me for a while, you really are embracing your integrity, and you are receiving a confirmation from Great Mother telling you that your angels are the reason why you have this great awareness. And they're going to continue to amplify that going forward in 2019. Isn't that exciting? This is the first total lunar eclipse of this nodal season, and we'll have a total solar eclipse in July. But this is quite powerful for you, because your likely outcome is the Jesus card. This is another law card. We have the law of mystery and divine order with Akhenaten, accepting what is, going with the flow. And the law of soul guidance and guardianship under the Jesus Yin card is all about receiving that support, receiving that guidance is the likely outcome of you doing this inner work. in order for you to do it, you're going to have to receive, right? And you have been for the most part. Again, those of you who are new, you are encouraged to do so. You are encouraged to receive the law of soul guidance and guardianship. You are being guided and guarded every step of the way. Now, this third quarter moon card is again release, forgiveness, letting go. And so the forgiveness work that is needing to be done at this particular time is a work that requires you to forgive yourself, those aspects of yourself, the lion aspects, the Tin Man and Scarecrow aspects that in the past you maybe were in a little denial about. You maybe weren't totally in your integrity about. However, now that you embrace your birthright to be happy, healthy, and whole, it's more of a playful energy that is definitely in alignment with that Gemini energy. Very playful, very loving energy, starting from within, as Dorothy did, to embrace those from without, to see that mirror those characteristics, and knowing that in that process of that self-loving development of really getting those feelings and that intuitive, logical alignment going, that balance point, that it's happening for you, that you can trust it. You can fully trust your heart-centeredness, which is what this chakra is. It's a heart chakra card. The timing of this outcome with the Jesus card, we're talking third quarter moon in Taurus or Libra, being a heart chakra. With the Taurus download energy, we're talking July, fully operating from the trust of soul guidance and guardianship. Okay. Some of you might have very strong Libra influences. Venus does also rule Libra, the heart chakra. Venus rules the heart chakra. So if you have strong Libran influences, it might be until December. Again, you might be new to this process. Thank you so much for watching, sharing, and liking. But above all and most of all, remember, Great Mother loves you, and I do too.
Great Mother speaks.
I am Great Mother, Holy Spirit, Yin, Divine Mother, Cosmic Womb, Deep Space, the Moon, Dark Matter, the Void, the Black Hole, Hathor, Isis, Diana, Mami, Ishtar, Kali, Mammy, and Mother Mary.